I'm going to show you the Uber driver requirements and Lyft driver requirements to drive in Seattle. First off, I do want to say Seattle is one of, if not the most complicated city I've seen yet in terms of driving for them. So let's start with Uber, then go to Lyft, talking about the driver requirements. As you can see, you need to be 21 years of age or older. So unfortunately, if you're under 21, you cannot drive for Uber, but you can do Uber Eats. So I do want to say that if you're 18 or 19 or 20, you can do Uber Eats or maybe another delivery service. In terms of the document requirements, you need, of course, a driver's license, proof of work eligibility, social security number, your vehicle registration, insurance, etc., etc. And of course, they will run a background check, not only a criminal background check, but a driver's background check. And you need a phone or tablet, something to use the Uber app. Now going to the vehicle requirements for Seattle, you can see here, 10-year-old vehicle or newer, 4-door vehicle, good condition with no cosmetic damage, no commercial branding, and pass a vehicle inspection. I do want to say, if let's say you don't have a car, or let's say you do have a car, but it doesn't fit these requirements, you can rent a car through Uber. It's about $200 to $300 a week to rent a car. Now going down here, and that is this, you need these required permits. King County requires TNC drivers to display their valid physical TNC for hire permit and vehicle decal in their vehicle at all times while performing TNC services. So you do have to go through this entire process when it comes to the TNC, going down here, especially when it comes to signing up. You have to make sure these documents are uploaded and approved in the Uber driver app. Like I said, your driver's license, registration, and insurance, then VSID inspection, and defensive driving course. Also have to complete the required testing in terms of the Seattle City Knowledge Test and a defensive driving course. So you have to do this. Now, let's say you're looking at this being like, this is a lot. Have I done everything? Remember, you can schedule an appointment at the Seattle hub and you can meet with them in person being like, hey, I think I've done everything correctly. I just want to make sure, because the last thing you want to do is start driving. You don't have all the documents or requirements and you get into some, tricky legal issue. Just make sure this is all covered. So like I said, if let's say you're just not sure if you've done everything, you can schedule an appointment at the Seattle hub. Now let's go to Lyft. Very similar requirements when it comes to Lyft versus Uber, but a couple big differences. So first off, let's talk about the driver requirements. Same thing pretty much as Uber. The only difference, and this is what's very unfortunate, you have to be 25 or older. This is true for a lot of other cities. They also say 1 year of licensed driving experience in the US. I don't know why, I'm going to be honest, that Lyft makes the driver requirement be 25 or older. 21 or older when it comes to Uber makes sense to me, but 25 or older, now going up to the vehicle requirements, 2011 or newer, at least at the exact time of this video, 2010 or newer with a valid TNC vehicle decal, 4 doors, 5 to 8 seats, including the drivers, not on the list of ineligible subcompact vehicles, and not a taxi or stretch limousine. And like I said with Uber, if let's say you want to rent a car through Lyft, their program is called the Express Drive. And then lastly, the document requirements. And this was very unfortunate. Of course, you need vehicle insurance, right? A profile photo, proof of ASE certified mechanic vehicle inspection performed by a City of Seattle approved mechanic. You then need your vehicle registration and then the TNC driver fitness self-certification. So Washington drivers must self-certify they are physically and mentally fit to drive. One thing I definitely will say when it comes to the certification and inspection and everything is you don't have to do one for Uber and one for Lyft. You can do this once and submit all the necessary documents and proof to both Uber and Lyft, so you get all this done right away, you get signed up, and you're good to drive.